everyone, Tom Baker here, and tonight my topic is how to find a home-based business and what are the benefits of having one. Right, one of the biggest benefits that came to mind when I was bringing up this topic was the commute to work. Right, there's a lot of people live in the big cities like Chicago and Los Angeles. I was just out there in July, and they have a big commute to work. Right, it's like mind-numbing. It took an hour and a half to go 45 minutes where I come from. That just doesn't happen, right? So that's one of the biggest things. I know I've heard of people 2-3 hour drive, commute to work every day, and it's just on top of an 8 to 10 hour workday. Just people are spending more time at work and they're not having quality of life. Not to mention 80% of people, don't like their day job. So some things to look for. I've had a couple of years experience under my belt since getting into the company I'm with, and some things that I've really come to key in as important elements when finding a company to look for. I'm in the direct sales industry, which there's some people out there that have had a bad experience, but it's actually, in my opinion, one of the greatest industries in the world because it allows people to work from home, become full-time moms, dads, and spend more quality time with their family. I've even have friends and family or friends that I know have been able to raise a lot of kids and be able to stay at home and raise them, right, instead of having to go off and work 2-3 jobs just to make the bills. So the first one is obviously not having a commute. But there's a couple things, and when looking to find a company, that's one of the biggest things. After I got out of my great so-called job that I had, right, I'm here in Iowa, and it was considered to be a great job, but everybody else was telling me that, right, it wasn't what I wanted. I come to find out my dad's always kind of had his own business, and he's kind of had that free spirit, and that's something I found out I have that free spirit in me as well. And I just didn't like being told what to do, and especially when I could take my vacation and if I could take a Saturday off. It's just those are things I didn't like, and having to work third shift. I hated third shift. There's some people that don't mind it, but to me, I hated third shifts. I wanted to find a way to get out of there, and at the time, I was introduced to another networking company. It just wasn't a good fit, but it opened my eyes to the world that's out there. I tried a couple others, and there's some things that I've learned along the way that may help you when you're going to find a direct selling company to work with, or even in regards to starting your own business. Some tips that may help you. Number one, in regards to direct selling, is finding a great company. Right, network marketing in and of itself is a fantastic industry, right? But you want to find a company that has a great track record. You can go to Forbes and look up, Better Business Bureau, and look up their record. But you also want to look at, do your research, look at the people that are leading the company, right? The field advisory board, the leadership team, the people that are the board of directors, right? Those are key pieces. They determine a lot to do with the company, and that's one of the things that. Since I got into this company, I didn't know at the time, but our CEO has an amazing track record. There's only been a couple of companies that have gone over $1 billion, and our company has taken not one but two of those. So he has a proven track record, but he's super relatable. He still does stuff with the Boy Scouts, and it's just something that really impressed me. So company is obviously one of the most important things, but also the product, right? One of the companies I worked with, they had great products, but they're Me Too products, and I didn't know what that was when I first heard that term. But Me Too products are something that everybody else has. Network marketing. I've yet to see a product that wasn't what I consider to be a quality product, but you're out there competing with everybody else, and they have the same product. It makes it much harder to get people to see the value and why they should go with you. And that's one of the things with our company. Is we literally have a category creating product, and that is truly amazing. And some people may not understand what that even means. For instance, I'm in the health and wellness sector. You go to GNC, right? There's weight loss supplements. There's heart health. Maybe there's a lot of different categories within GNC to kind of narrow it down and where to look on the shelves. Our product is literally a brand new category creating product, and that is something, right? Which means what? We have no competition. And if you're in the sales, or somebody in sales, we don't really like to sell. We just provide people with information, but ultimately we have a product and people are buying it. But if you're a salesman, or if you're in that field and you want to make money, which with great commissions, to have something that nobody else has is huge, right? And another thing is timing and trends. You know, if you're to sell typewriters now in this day and age, right? A prime example of use this, you know, it's a terrible timing. You know, nobody's going to want to buy a typewriter except maybe those that are into antiques, right? So even if they offered you a great commission, you know, a compensation plan, it's just not the right timing, right? That's something you wouldn't have wanted to do in the early or the mid 1900s, right? That would have been the time to sell typewriters, but now we're way past that. And even now, things are progressing faster and faster all the time. So timing and trends, like I said, health and wellness is what I'm in, direct sales, network marketing. Those are two of the fastest growing trends in the United States. So I'm definitely, you know, there's two check marks there with a great company. So timing and trends are huge, and also the compensation plan. I haven't been too exposed to too many different companies, but I've been to conventions, and I've heard other people talk about, you know, there's some people I've met and seen on Facebook that have been in literally a dozen or more different companies trying to find the right one, right? But they kept trying because they knew it was a great industry. But there's some of them, their compensation plans, you know, they're off balance, and so they don't encourage the people that are more experienced to work with the new people, so the new people get stuck with it by themselves. And that's why a lot of people have had a bad experience in network marketing, is because they got into the business, they got signed up, and then they didn't know what to do, right? So our compensation plan is set up so it encourages the people at the upper and the middle ranks to help the new people getting started, and they get compensated for it. So it's a very well balanced compensation plan. In fact, one gentleman that even writes compensation plans for a living, he's been doing it for 30 years. He said that our compensation plan, he wished he'd wrote it. It's perhaps one of the best compensation plan he's seen in over 30 years of doing that. So I was pretty excited when I found out. And then the sixth one is kind of the bonus one that comes with it, is culture, right? We have an amazing culture, and that kind of goes back to the compensation plan. People work together, right? And some other companies, they have teams, or, you know, they're upline that you're with this team and you don't mess with this team because they're in a different organization. That's not how it works at our company. It doesn't matter, you know, we don't ask you whose organization you're in. And the reason is because we have a great family culture, and the way the compensation plan is, eventually once you hit the elite ranks in the company, you get a piece of the whole compensation worldwide from the company. It's like a profit sharing plan. So eventually, once you get to that level, right, which I personally know a lot of people that are doing it myself. I've met them. I've met dozens and dozens that are doing it. You get a piece of the whole pie, so to speak. So it encourages you to help those new people, even if they're not in your downline. So those are the couple big things that I've discovered when looking for a great company to work with. And stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have more great content coming your way, you guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in.